Beautiful. Okay, so um, so for those who don't know, and the call properly starts now at 6:24. Let me take note of that. For those of you who don't know, I use the Dream Dust Shamanic Tarot deck. This deck, here's the box it comes in. This is the back of the card. They are all abstract paintings created, hand painted by Sue Kovacs, the amazing Sue Kovacs, a healer herself, who painted them over 3 years. This deck is the regular, is a regular deck of 78 cards. I always have to double check it because this is not my regular world. I just sort of gravitated to it. So it numbers the same as that old-fashioned deck that everyone else uses. But I don't like it all. Anyway, it has 78 cards. 22 are major arcana and 56 are in the minor arcana. This deck, for those who are new to tarot reading, I suppose, for those who are new, it emphasizes, it opens up your intuition. For those like me who have been living with the intuition, well, ever since I know myself, except that I never knew it had a name, never knew it was called intuition, it increases it. Yeah, it increases it. In addition to which, each card in this deck is a portal. I kid you not. Each card in this deck is a portal. Let me see if hello Chaley, I'm good. Alright. I'm good. Chaley, I hope you are as well. So I'm going to do some readings, but after, or maybe before, because I still haven't come up with a question for the vibe of the week. But what happened to me this morning, I'll share this, so maybe the question will come out of this. I was listening to a lesson by my teacher and mentor, Peter Sage. And it brought up some it brought up tears, basically. No, Chaley. No, Chaley. There's no such I am trying. Chaley, it's either you are doing or you are not. Just like Master Yoda said, you do and you do, but there is no try. Here is an example. Try to pick up something from the table. Yes, Leah, it's been a while. Try to pick up something from the table or from the floor. Something has fallen from you. Okay, something has fallen from your hand. You bend over or you lean over and you try. You reach to pick it up. Trying doesn't work when it's rough, girl. You either have to dive into it, embrace it. It's always difficult when it's rough. But when you embrace it, that is the beauty of it. That's the trick, and that is where the healing begins, Chaley. By embracing the difficulty, by embracing what is rough and tough, by embracing what hurts, by embracing what brings the tears. Because when you embrace the difficulties in your life, what happens is it brings up all of the feelings that you were trying to hide from. It exposes them, it exposes you. You feel uncomfortable. Feel free to rant and rail and rave and whatever it is. Cry and throw yourself on the floor and whatever, but let it out, because that is necessary. And it's only when you let out, when you release the pent-up emotions, that you will be able to have clarity. Failing that, it's going to continue to be rough as if someone is rolling over you with a steamroller. Okay? Alright, so here's the question for the week. Because after I took the dog out this morning, let me bring this a little closer. Although I don't like this topper, but I have nothing clean. I threw everything into, I don't have much clothing. I threw everything into the washing machine and I didn't change. So I'm not wearing my favorite orange and white top. I love this color, but it's too baggy. This top is too baggy. But never mind that. Never mind that. Moving right along. Okay, so here's the question for the week. Because as I was saying, I took the dog out for a walk. How do I know this? Simply because I have been experiencing them non-stop. And this is telling me that you don't know, you are unaware of when you surface from one. And this is a problem because saw Mother Sister Moon bright in the sky this morning at 7. Her face was in a grimace as it was immediately after the eclipse. So I don't know what's going on with her, but the energy still is beautiful, it's delicious. So, Chaley, you are mixing up the dark night of the soul with hankering after. That's completely different from the dark night of the soul, my dear. Okay, so here's the question for the week, and then I'll go into the readings. What do we need to know about the impending changes triggered by Mother Sister Moon? That's the question. What do we need to know about the impending changes? I don't know where that came from, so it just dropped in. What do we need to know about the impending changes in our lives because of the eclipse of Mother Sister Moon? Alright? That's the question. That's the question. And you, hello Karen, and you in fact triggered that with your statement, Chaley, as well as my mentioning Mother Sister Moon. Alright? So, right immediately after I respond, I will give everyone a reading who is on, okay? So the vibe of the week, that was the question. That was the question. Karen, I hope you are doing well, and I hope you and your children are well recovered. I'm just checking to see that I didn't miss saying hello to anyone. Okay. All right. Okay, Madam Chaley. And the responses to that question, which I have already forgotten, it has left my mind, is 5 of fire. This is what we need to know about the impending changes because of Mother Sister Moon and her eclipse. 5 of fire. 5 is the number for change. Big changes on the horizon. Okay? Alright, so that's the first thing. Fire. What's stirring you up? Something is going to be stirring you up. And this is where everyone has to get on board. Everyone has to embrace it because the fire is passion. It's your passion. It's about who you are. It's about how you live. It's about what fires you up. That's the beauty of it. But notice the card. Look at the card carefully. This card is saying that actually it's going to be quite complicated moving forward. Should I use the word complicated? The card itself says complex. Notice all the movement on the card. It means that everyone will have to ground themselves in Mother Nature. Okay? You have to solidify yourself. However you ground yourself, do it. This week is maybe hectic and I hear chaotic. It will be very productive. It will be very fiery, as in action oriented. That's also what the fire is all about. Yes, this is the energy of the week. This is the energy to expect for this week. You have to embrace the storm. You have to, I repeat, embrace the storm. You heard that, Shaylee? There's nothing wrong with that, you know. However, for those of you who work with other people, with others, of wisdom, purpose, clarity, and most importantly, focus on your meditation in particular this week and ask for guidance. Very important. The energy is going to be fast paced. You need to stay centered. That means you need to be grounded. There is one energy ground is to walk with bare feet. Go out in Mother Nature. Lie on the ground. Wear a coat. Grounding outside is wonderful. Don't want to do that? Here's another way to ground. Take off your slippers, socks, shoes, whatever inside, and rub your feet. Create friction on the floor. That too will ground you. Okay? And a third way of grounding is to take 10 slow, deep breaths. You breathe into your belly and you breathe out through your mouth, and that will always center and ground you. Alright? So, to end the reading for the vibe of the week with 5 of fire, there's competition, as I said, for those of you who work in offices, etc. There is some tension and conflict that may interfere with your goals. Don't buy into the drama. Just notice it and work to suit. The other person has nothing to do with you. Okay? As I said, be open to new ideas by listening and stand your ground. It doesn't matter what anyone says. It doesn't matter what anyone does. Stand your ground. If you have a beef, if you have an idea, however it is you want to express yourself, that is called being authentic. Okay? So just be real. Just be real. Okay. Alright, so the first was Leah. So let me do the reading for Leah. And after Leah, it will be Che Lee. Okay. Alright. So what does Leah need to know for her highest good? What does Leah need to know for her highest good? What does Leah need to know for her highest good? Huh. Well, my dear Leah, okay, you got some on there, girl. Okay, so the first one is 9 of Wind. Alright? This is what I call the Chaos card, but some 9 of Wind. But some that I know call it the Devil card. And it's basically say you're fighting up with yourself and your difficulties. You are trying to fight life. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. That's the problem. Fighting life does not work. You have to embrace and dance with chaos. You heard that? You have to embrace and dance with chaos. Look at this card carefully. Yes, there is a lot of dark and movement and whatnot, and there's even a crab. This is I'm seeing a crab's claw here, etc., etc. Life is change. You cannot avoid it. You cannot avoid it, Leah, and everyone else on. Consequently, oh, there are 6 new comments. Oh my goodness. Well, look, I did click and I didn't see any more. Hello, Bumika. Okay. Bumika, I have no idea when you will get a new job. All right, so the beauty of chaos is, and life is, nothing is ever all dark. Pay attention to this, Chaley. Nothing is ever all dark. Because if you look at the card, you'll see a lot of light up here and up here, and in little areas on the side. Okay, so the point is that you have to go through it. You cannot go around it to avoid it. This card signals the dark night of the soul. This card, hold on a second, because this thing just flew away and I don't want the dog to chew it, because then the dog will end up in the pot. Hold on. So, as I was saying, the dark night of the soul, the dark night of the soul is important for growth. The dark night of the soul is important for your expansion. The dark night of the soul is absolutely essential for your and my well-being. I kid you not. That's just the way it is. We all have to face our monsters. And let me tell you all something. Our monsters are up here, and when the thoughts start thinking us, we feel it here, and then we go in a tizzy, round and round and round. All right? So, the beauty about this is, Leah, 9 of wind is saying that you are at the end of a cycle. There is no choice but to deal with the shit in your life. Okay? All of those things that are making you upset and have you questioning and anxious. There is no choice in this. This is part of it. The beauty about this card is it has a gorgeous purple. The purple really pops on this card, and that purple is linked to your intuition. So you need to pay attention to it, Leah. We know each other pretty well by now, and you're still ignoring your intuition, girl. There's a lot of anxiety and fear. Your mind is working overtime, Leah, as usual, and it's creating horrific scenarios, none of which are going to come to pass. It's not going to happen. But you are allowing your thoughts to think you, and you are feeling depressed. They are making you depressed. You have to dance with chaos in the dark. My glasses are falling off my face. You have to dance with the dark. You have to dance in the dark. Yeah, I'm gonna get a new pair in order to come through to the light of day. Okay? Wind is, as you all know by now, wind, I called all of that mental flatulence. Okay? Those are the thoughts that are thinking you, and they are beautiful card. Once you come to the end of that cycle, this is what you can expect: an awakening. Yes, this is what a dark night of the soul presages: an awakening. Okay? So, when you come out of it, this is the beauty that you can expect. You will begin to see your achievements as you hadn't seen them before so clearly. You will begin to before and during, but now that you're at the top, that's no longer the case. All right? So now you can say, think, feel, and express I am the mistress of my domain. Yes, yes, this is what it's all about. Embrace that. All right, Leah? Okay. So, Chaley. What does Chaley need to know right now? Chaley said she's having a rough time. So, what does Chaley need to know about this rough time that she's experiencing? What does Chaley need to know about this rough time that she's experiencing? What does she have to learn from it? Chaley. Well, Chaley, my dear, I get the Emperor card for you. And the Emperor card, which is a major arcana card. Hold on a second. The breeze is quite strong here, so let me put the cards in the box so that they don't blow away and I don't have to chase the dog who chases every single thing. This is your card, Madam Chaley. The Emperor. The Emperor card is number 4. Number 4 signifies structure. This is a major arcana card. So heed the message even more carefully. You are an authoritative figure. But yet, you don't embrace that. Do you feel self-conscious? I don't understand that. I don't understand why. This is who you are. You are other people's rock in the wind. You are a very passionate soul. You have a lot of confidence and you believe in order, which is great. Bhumika Singh, please rephrase your question. People rely on you for your reasoning and vision. You are able to control your emotions and take action. Now this is the pinnacle, Chaley, but this is not what is happening right now. You are allowing things to take control of you, Chaley. And you are not heeding your intuition. Notice the purple head here. This character, this painting always reminds me of Fred Flintstone because he has his baton, or whatever you call it in English, to bop people over the head with and ensure that they shape up, that they stop messing up, that they fall into line. It is time, my dear Chaley, that you communicate more because a lot of green is popping on the card. It is time that you pay attention to your intuition and notice that the Emperor is wearing a red dress. And not only is the Emperor wearing a red dress, I'm seeing blazing patches of red coming through. Alright? So, it is time, yes, something is bleeding through, and it is time, Chaley, that you accept responsibility for who you are and take action from that place. You are stronger than you think. Connect with your heart. Your heart and your intuition, when they become one, will always, always guide you on the path to follow. This business about doubting yourself constantly, Chaley, is tiring. I'm going to tell you that. It is time that you embrace life with confidence and passion. That is your natural state. That thing that you are calling Dark Night of the Soul for 2 years, that's depression. regardless of what you think about my opinion, um, it is time to create structure and a strong foundation in your life, Chili. Nothing will work as it should until you begin doing that, and then everything will fall into place, just like the Taiji pole. Okay? So, let's see what Bhumika Singh says. Um, since she did not rephrase her question, and then she has a man's name here, I'm going to ignore that, and I'm just going to go with the first question. Because you see this nonsense about running after men and you want to know if he really loves you and all that, that is shit. That person is going to love you the way you love yourself, which is usually not tip top. So depending on someone to love you, ladies, and you don't love yourself enough to put yourself first, you will be in for a tough time and a rough ride, which is going to make you very unhappy. Alright, I just saw Chaley leave a comment. Well, you're very welcome, Chaley. Okay, so let's do the final reading for Madam Bhumika Singh, and then that will be it. Okay, so what does Bhumika need? Bhumika wants to know when will she get a new job. Alright. Bhumika wants to know when she will get a new job. Bhumika wants to know when she will get a new job. Well, Bhumika, my dear, this is a time of transition for you. It is also a rite of passage. And there's a problem here, Bhumika. You need to accept this. This card is the Six of Wind. And when I say accept this, I mean the messenger. You can reject the message if you want. It doesn't really matter to me. You are experiencing a transition. This is a rite of passage, and Spirit wants to see how you deal with it. Because talk, you do have a lot of chat. Very a lot of bravado, as we say in French, brava, and it is not, let me rephrase that, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Okay, Karen, yes, I forgot about you. The proof of the pudding is in the eating, Bhumika, and stop bluffing, basically, is what I am hearing. That's what I mean by bravado and brava. Accept the changes that are going to occur in your life, Bhumika. These changes are gonna bring you magic that you need right now. It's gonna put stars in your eyes and bring you a beautiful balance in your life. However, you have to let go of the past, Bhumika. You truly do have to let it go, because that is your stumbling block. I know the question that you asked is, when will you get a new job? You will not get a new job until you let go of the past. Once you stop hankering after what happened before and look towards the future, things are going to begin to settle out and balance out for you. I would suggest that you sit in quiet and you write a list of the kind of job that you want, the salary that you want, the part of town or the city where you want to work. You describe your colleagues, the kind of people that you want to work with. You describe the boss and how you want your boss to treat you, and all of those things. And if there is anything else that you want in this new job, Bhumika, you write it out and you begin to read that every single day. If you have to change certain things, that's not a problem. Because the more you write and describe what you want, is the clearer things will become. Alright? So that is your answer, Bhumika. This is a challenge that you must embrace. Alright, so Karen. Karen wants, okay, what does Karen need to know right now from her guides? Karen wants a message from her guides. What does she need to know? Karen wants a message from her guides. Karen wants a message from her guides. What do they have to tell her? What do they have to tell her? Oh, knowing the little bit I know about you, Karen, this is a beautiful message for you. This is the Wisdom Keeper. I love this card. I love this card. This is a major arcana card, and it's number 5. Number 5 signifies change. Big change, since it's a major arcana card. And this is a card, Karen, that is asking you, what rules do you live by? Whose rules do you live by? How do you know if you are living by the rules that you created? And it asks you, are you living by someone else's rules? It is telling you that you need to become your own authority, and you need to create your own rules by which to live. The red going all the way up. This one is beginning to pierce the veil of dark that is above you right now. That is your truth. That is your truth, and that is where you need to go. Hold on a second. That is where you need to go in order to what? In order to see clearer. In order to see truth. That's what this card is telling you. That's what this card is telling you. Alright? This, the wisdom keeper, you need to become your own wisdom keeper, basically. That's what this is telling you. And it is asking you, what belief systems do you live by? Yeah. What belief systems do you live by, Karen? Challenging society's beliefs and living by your own set of rules is what is required of you, Karen. Simple and straightforward. No I was going to say no big deal, but it is a very big deal. As you begin to live by your truth, you begin to get more clarity, more focus. You become aligned because you are becoming your own authority, and truth will always pierce through the fog. This is very important. I'm seeing, and because in fact, because you are living by society's rules and someone else's rules, up here is a very pale lilac. Okay? And what that is telling me on this card today for you, Karen, is that living by other people's rules is actually blocking you from connecting to your own intuition. You are very welcome, Chaley. Alright, Karen? So this is where you need to go, my dear. This is a beautiful reading, and I don't think it really gets better than that. It doesn't get any better than that. Alright? So, let me just go scroll down to see if this was the last person here. Because I think I saw... Nope. Okay, that's the last reading. So on that note, my beautiful souls, I am going to say ciao.